What's up, y'all? This is Jason. I'm in the Firehawk, and it's a 99 Firehawk, and we bought it, I'm not gonna say sight unseen. That would be, well, we didn't go physically look at it and drive it. We did buy it off the internet, saw all kind of pictures and videos and all that kind of stuff. But, so you do get a few surprises here and there. And this car didn't have, it's got 64,000 miles on it, so it doesn't have a crazy amount of miles. But, like for example, right now, I have no idea how old the battery is. Well, guess what? We've got a dead battery. We've had the car maybe 15 days. So what we did is we drove it the first night we got it. And so obviously the guy was able to crank it up, back it off the truck. And it continued to stay running when we backed it off the truck. We drove it around for a couple hours. We had a good time that night. Crunk it up and drove it to work the next day, and maybe one other day. Then we had 2 nights where my daughter had bought this Bluetooth adapter, since of course a 99 radio, monsoon radio, is not going to have Bluetooth, but the radio sounds fantastic. But anyway, she bought this Bluetooth adapter, and it works fantastic, sounds great. But in the process of that, we learned that this doesn't work, and this one does. This lighter will get warm. I'm not gonna touch it and see how hot it is, but it's not glowing red. And if you plug a charger into it, you end up with situations like we had a charger that's got blue light on it. Well, you plug it into this one, immediately the light comes on. You plug it into this one, you kind of have to work it around back and forth, and you finally hit a sweet spot to where the light comes on. So obviously there's some issues going on with this, and I'll check the fuse, but I'm pretty sure that you know, if the fuse is bad, that it wouldn't work at all. And so we have a battery issue right now with the car. And one curiosity thing is, all right, so I have no idea how old the battery is. What if this isn't working good because the battery was too old? And what if the passenger side window didn't want to work good coming back up was because of the battery? I don't know, those are possibilities. But anyway, I'm gonna replace the battery first because I have no choice, or either I'm just gonna charge it. I have no idea how old it is. I may just get a fresh start. And then it may lead into me replacing this. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do the passenger side window motor or not. I may let the shop that I deal with do that. But I've only had the hood popped once, and that was at work. I really wasn't paying any attention to it. You know, the guys at work were like oohing and ahhing over it, and which is understandable. This is a pretty cool car. So let's get this hood popped and see what we got. Everything feels like it's brand new, y'all. So, personally, I like the Firehawks better than the WS6s because, you know, the WS6s have multiple vents. Instead of just having a vent over here and a vent over here, it's like they've got 2 vents and they're stacked, and 2 vents and they're stacked, and they've got a line through the middle of them. I just don't like the way that hood aligns with the front of the front bumper. And just don't look like it doesn't look like it flows good, you know, the lines of the car. It's just my personal opinion. And the funny thing was, this first time I popped this hood, I couldn't figure out how to get it open because it's not exactly like my 97 RS. So there's a little lever here that you pull when you lift. So one of my coworkers had a Trans Am, and so he knew. He immediately got out of his truck and came over there to check out what was going on. So y'all, I mean, I don't know if this thing was detailed, or obviously it was always garage kept because it's in great shape. But I've always been a V6 Camaro man, not just because, hey, I love V6s. It was just that's the way things happened. So personally, I've never driven anything like this. I've got a truck, a 99 5.3 C71. But it's a truck. It drives different. Stock truck. It was my dad's. It was passed down to me, and that thing's got like about 250,000 miles on it. It's not like the 64,000 mile, well-kept, you know, Firehawk. So, 5-year performance. I gotta find a sticker somewhere on here. And see, that's exactly why the battery doesn't work. Down there, it says 417. So, this battery was pretty old. We're going on a 7th year. I've never pushed a battery that far before. They probably just gave it a boost charge to try and get it by, and didn't want to put the money into it to put another battery in it. Because I mean, think about it, that's at least over another $200. So it looks like we're gonna have a trip to Autozone, get this battery out of here, and then I'm gonna make me a trip to Autozone to go get a battery. Man, this thing looks good, clean. So I don't know if this was an owner add-on, the BMR bracing, or if it was done by SLP. But it also has BMR bracing underneath the car. I'm gonna take this chance to check out all the fluids and check out a few things and get this battery replaced, okay? Top some things off. Got a fuse panel here. Y'all, this thing looks like it's brand new. I need to get a garage built. Daughter stole my carport space. This thing is beautiful. So it's got headers on it. I've been told that they're long tube headers, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know anything about headers other than what they are. You know, instead of having manifold, you have headers, and manifold, you know, comes just slightly off the engine, and then your tailpipe and all, your Y pipe would end up attaching to it. I believe headers give you more flow. You should be able to get more horsepower with some headers. Is this something that the owner did, or is this something that, you know, that SLP did? I don't know. I haven't looked that much into the modifications that SLP did to the Firehawks. All right, y'all. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm gonna get this battery taken out and go get a new one. Megatron. This is a transformer. All right. Autozone bound. Okay, look. I know there's a lot of y'all who know a lot about cars. There's some of y'all out there that don't know anything about cars. But when you're taking the battery out, you remove the negative first, then the positive. When you're putting it back in, positive first, then you put the negative. An easy way to remember that, let's just think about this. You're subtracting the negative first. And when you're putting it back on, you're gonna add this one back first, okay? All right, let me get busy. I wanna show you something. So I wonder if this was something that the owner did like for car shows, or you know, if they did this trying to sell the car or what. So this is normal things that, you know, a bolt head might, where is it on the screen? Bolt head might get some rust on it or something. Let's see, where's some of them? See these bolt heads? No rust on them. See how they look? These, you know, these nuts and threads, they have zero rust on them. Silver paint. You know, it's not even silver paint that matches the body of the car. Is that just trying to give a new appearance for selling the car? Was it for car shows? We're trying to cover up a little bit of rust. I mean, it happens, it's an old car. But if they were gonna do it, they could have painted a little bit better. I mean, you know, a little bit closer match, or got, I don't know, somebody could have a little bit little bit cleaner. So there's another one. I mean, it's a good idea. It helps prevent it from rusting. Just find it unusual. Car would look worse if it had a bunch of rusty bolt heads and rusty screws and stuff, you know? Hey, y'all. We did good with getting this car. I just find stuff like that funny. My dad's truck, after he had bought it, he bought it used, and there was a lot of stuff that the people that sold the truck, obviously somewhere along the way, were trying to hide things. I mean, they even painted hoses, and they had filled stuff in, like filled Bondo into rust and painted over it. It was a bad deal altogether. But that just shows you some of the things that people will do when they're trying to sell vehicles. You know, I'll get a lot of life out of that truck, but you know, that's all I'm gonna do. I'll never be like, hey, look at my cool truck. It'll be for, you know, carrying the sticks from my mom's house to the burn pile and things like that, throwing the weed eater in the back of it. Definitely nothing to be fancy with. All right, I kind of got off track about changing this battery because I got to looking at those screw heads and bolt heads and nuts that were painted silver. Hey, it doesn't look bad. I think it looks better than it would if they were rusty, that's for sure. Anyway, back to changing old Megatron out. It's so funny looking at how clean that one is. It really tells me I need to tighten up and get my other Camaros cleaned up, because they're nowhere near as clean as that. You know, the paint's old. You know, they need painting. They may have some hail damage or a crack in the windshield and stuff. If you're gonna drive stuff like that, it would be nice to keep it up better, wouldn't it? But all that costs money. So anyway, I'm down here to get some wrenches. Okay, so down there's a hold down bolt, okay? That's a 1/2 inch. This should be 5/16. Like so, okay? Now, I'll break that loose, and I'll move on to the other two. So this is what the hold down looks like. It's pretty much standard. It's basically what all hold downs for cars look like. I've never seen anything any different, but the only thing I ever fool with is General Motors. Okay, so I was right. 5/16 for both of these, okay? Yeah, things don't last forever. So anyway, bought a vehicle that had a 7-year-old battery in it, almost. So, but it's probably set up a lot. You know good and well it's set up a lot. If it's a 99 and it's only got 64,000 miles on it. So it's time to make a run for the border and go get us one from Autozone. So we're putting us a Duralast Gold in it. I'm here at Autozone. Got us a Duralast Gold battery, and we're at a 1223. So at the end of last year, that's a whole lot better than a 417. Let's get home and get with it. So we had some rewards. We had $20 worth of rewards. We had, you know, you get your core charge. So I turned in a battery, that interstate battery, and the battery was $209.99, taxes and all that kind of stuff. AutoZone rewards, it come out to $204.69. Okay, let's get on home. Look, those people at AutoZone and O'Reilly's and stuff are always trying to sell you like battery grease and things like that, bulb grease. All it is dielectric grease, okay? You can get some by Permatex, dielectric tune-up grease. It's the same thing. You buy this tube for, I think one of those little packets of grease is over $1, and you're gonna use that pack and you're gonna end up throwing it away, or you're gonna end up losing it. You're not gonna end up losing this tube. It may cost $8 or something like that, but this is gonna last you a really long time. So what you do is you put you some dielectric grease up in here, coat this surface, and put something up in here, okay? At least that's what I do. This face around in here and up in these threads. Don't gob it up in there, but you just want a coating of it in there, and that should be helpful enough to try and prevent any corrosion or anything, because that's all that tune-up means. They call it tune-up grease, dielectric grease, battery grease, bulb grease, Okay, it's all the same stuff. Dielectric grease. I'm gonna put this stuff in here and put it in the car. I'll go ahead and put my battery hold down. I've got the battery in place. I'm gonna put my battery hold down in place, and then I'll connect the terminals. You wanna put the positive on first. Just get that hand started. I'll tighten it up the rest of the way with the wrench. Okay, so I got both of them on. One thing that was a little funny whenever I was putting it on, it felt like it was kind of, it was cross-threading. I had to take it back off. And what I had to end up doing was like lifting up on the bottom as I screwed it in, because I guess just the pressure of these cables or whatever was making it tilted and not wanting it to thread in straight. Okay, so, you know, this is the first time I've ever put a battery in this car. And like I say, we've only had it for barely over 2 weeks. So we got a Duralast Gold. I've had good luck with these in the past, except for my Impalas. So I don't know why. I've never had any problems with them in the Camaros. I heard some, whenever I connected the negative, I heard some stuff going on over here where the fuses are, so I don't know what was up with that. I guess because we have power again, some things we're clicking on. I guess that's that for putting a battery in this 99 Trans Am Firehawk. Look forward to many more videos with this Firehawk. It's a nice car. Look forward to some time behind the wheel. All right, y'all. Appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And of my daughter's 99 Firehawk. I hope y'all have a good day. And thanks for watching this video. Later, y'all.